Justice Aman Singh sir, Professor Dr. Ravikant Swamiji, Professor Dr. Rashmi K. Akpal Madam, Mr. Siddhant Solanki, Mr. Ankit Kausik, members of the faculty and volunteers of the college who are making this program a success. Aman Singh ji said that I am gracious to come here, sir. We can't say no to you. Whenever we hear the name of DME, with comparing with your experience as an administrator and Registrar General of Supreme Court, as a judge, as a principal of chairman of the Judicial Academy, president of Consumer Forum, we always refer DME as being your presence, direct medium to education. It's really very nice to see you all young students. And I don't treat you all students because you all have preferred to study law. Anyone who is professing or in the business or in the profession of law, they are always a student. So the moment we welcome you as a law student, it means we are actually taking you all into our group. A law student is not a common student like other streams like science and social science or any other medical science, because then you have to confine yourself in the bounds of your subject. But the moment you chose to become a lawyer and chose to pursue LLB, then you have opted yourself for many streams. Any experience of yours which you are going to have it either during the study or you had in your childhood, or you spend the time in the market, in the shopping mall, or with your friends. Everything is your experience, and all the experience coming together will give you a success as a lawyer. Even if you are walking on the street, even if you see somebody jumping the red light, even if you see somebody into a police station, or behavior of a common man, or some fights going on the street, and even sometimes fight between you all is the experience. Every experience is going to count and going to make you wiser in your profession, because similar matters will come to you. There are so many streams. Sometimes you work on environment, sometimes you work on medical science, consumer matters. Sometimes you have to argue the cases related to civil aviation, sometimes nuclear energy, sometimes Aadhaar, sometimes delimitation. So you can't say that we are restricted into one area. Every area is yours. We are not pilots, but if the airlines gives you deficient service, especially in the air as a turbulent flight, and because of that somebody gets scared and he files a case. It has happened. Normally it happens in the UK and US. We don't see that much, but we will also see, because you all are going to come in this profession. And younger generation, they have so many other talents which we don't have. You all are familiar with social media, artificial intelligence. Honorable sir was referring that when he joined the judicial service, the then district judge asked him to maintain a diary of judgments. Nowadays, you all have Manupatra and SCC and all these kind of softwares by which your job is easier. But still, if you maintain that, you will keep everything in your memory. And then, when the things are in your memory, then speaking is better, talking is better. Even sometimes, when a sudden question arrives, you can respond it better. So it's always useful to follow the advice of elders. I have always seen sir as one of the person who is the most experienced person who has traveled from the grassroots to this level. Generally what happens, if my son, he achieved something, or many other second generation, third generation lawyers or judges, if they achieve something, that is because of a foundation also. The credit goes to the foundation. Many of the faculty members Many of the other top lawyers, if you find and see, you will find they are third generation. Somebody is fourth generation. So you have a office, you have a clientele, you have basic connection in the society, and at least the clients which your father had, traditionally, you also have it, unless you spoil it. But still, the success can be achieved only by hard work. You can get it, but you can't sustain it. If you don't provide proper service within months or within 1 or 2 years, everything will go into it. They will say, you look at this man. I always narrate a story, and that is the real story of Justice T.S. Thakur. Justice Thakur was son of late D.D. Thakur. Originally, he was very friendly to me because of my media connection. I knew him only, not Justice Thakur. Later, I was introduced to him. Justice Thakur's father was junior of then Advocate General of Jammu and Kashmir. And he studied in Lucknow because those days the law LLB in Lucknow was very prestigious. He traveled by train, and then the auto rickshaw and the rickshaw driver, he asked him to pay around 2 rupees from there to Lucknow University, and he was having a trunk. He said, why do you spend 2 rupees? It's too much. And he kept the trunk on his head and he went to the university, and that's how he became lawyer. He started working on a bookshop so that his monthly needs are meted out, because they were originally from a village. The then Advocate General, why I am referring this? Because of this background connection. The then Advocate General, with whom Justice D.D. Thakur started practice, he had lot of properties, orchards and gardens and properties, many cars. Those days he was having Bentleys, Rolls Royce. And there was a point when Justice T.S. Thakur and his Advocate General's son, they were studying together, so he used to take him to his garden and sometimes in the arcade and mango gardens and all, and he used to have these fruits and sometimes food, so 5 persons serving to the 2 persons. He really enjoyed that. Later in the life, the Advocate General became the judge of the High Court, and within 2 years, unfortunately, he passed away. Thereafter, D.D. Thakur, who replaced him as Advocate General, he became the judge. When Justice Thakur became Chief Justice of India, he went to Srinagar and he started searching his friend. He said, I must meet my friend. Because those days, he was fascinated by him. He was fascinated by his cars, he was fascinated by his garden, his lifestyle. That young boy, he had many servants. He wanted to meet him. After searching 4 or 5 days, he could not find him. Then he asked the then Chief Justice that I have to meet this person, and 4 district judges were assigned that Honorable Chief Justice of India wants to meet this person. He is a childhood friend, family friend. And anyhow, the meeting has to be arranged. After 4 days of, because the address that was not existing, the house that was not existing, was sold. So ultimately they found him. When he came to Justice Thakur, he was wearing a tie and coat. He sat with him. They had lunch together. After having lunch, he started vomiting. He said, what happened? He said, he started crying and he said that after many years I had good food, so I ate too much. It's really so painful. When I was listening to this, even I was in tears, because you can spoil anything. Later it was found that when his father passed away, they did not have proper support. They did not have the means to survive in difficulties. They gradually lost everything. The house, the garden and everything. Then Justice Thakur said, friend, he was also in tears. He said, tell me, what can I do for you? He said, I want to become public notary. And Justice Thakur told that at least this I can do for you. And he was appointed public notary. He is making 10,000 to 15,000 a month, and that is his livelihood. So the argument that if you don't belong to first generation or third generation you can't survive, that doesn't survive at all. You all have to work hard. And that's why it is called that this profession is a jealous mistress. Jealous mistress means that it requires regular courtship. Every day you have to work hard. And if you are not paying attention to it, it will not be with you. So all these young friends, because the moment you join this profession as a first year a student or new entrant, I treat you all as my friend, and I feel that most of you who are going to achieve the success with keeping a fact in mind that there is no substitute to hard work. It doesn't mean that you should not enjoy. It doesn't mean that you should not play. It doesn't mean that you should not go to movie. It means you should do everything, because that is also part of your profession. There will be a case brought that, okay, this movie is not good, or some misbehavior in the theatre. There may be a case where you find that a policeman unnecessarily had beaten someone, because unless you have been to the street and seeing the behavior of the policeman, you may not be able to imagine the exact circumstances. So somebody belonging to third generation, he may not have that experience what you have as a grassroots person. Many times they say, and first of one more thing I would like to add for these young students, that we all talk about this women reservation. Women reservation is a good thing, because earlier there was a phrase in India, yatra naryastu pujyante ramante tatra devata, means where ladies are worshipped, the blessing of God is there on the family. But today if I have to reverse it, after marriage so many cases of dowry and all I see, and in mediation where I assist, I always say, na naryastu pujyante ramante tvam karagare. Means if you don't respect the lady, you will be in the prison. And then one more thing. If you talk to a shopkeeper and tell that, ये क्यों लिखा है तुमने कि ग्राहक भगवान होता है? Because your business is affected by that. If you don't treat as this consumer as God, your business will not survive. So if you are with a family, if you are with a friend, will you not give importance to them more than a consumer? Obviously, you should give importance, and if you start giving the importance to that relationship, you take it from me that there will be not a single conflict. And the question of reservation at least does not arise in this classroom, sir. I was counting while sitting here, 84 girls and 51 boys. Boys need 33%. After observing this, I personally feel that all these young ladies, you all are going to do wonders. Don't treat yourself into the bounds of a gender. You are just a law student. Later you will become a lawyer, or you will become a faculty. You will not belong to any community other than the legal fraternity. You all are sitting here just because you are law students. I have the opportunity to interact with you because I am a lawyer. And you all are here because this is the law school. Otherwise, there would not have been any opportunity to be here. But if there is required, something is required, then obviously it should be given. I am not saying that it should not be given, because politically, normally still ladies they don't go out. Sometimes even if we have a son and daughter, a son is coming at 11 p.m. is maybe all right. But if madam comes a bit late, our father will ask that why you are late. Rashmi ma'am must have faced it. Because having a beautiful daughter and coming late, parents will be asking too many questions. And sometimes it's right because of the society, because of the practices. So sometimes despite you being competent, smart, beautiful, certain restrictions are imposed because you have that quality. So you all must have faced that, but being a lawyer, The time again, you can't say that being a lady, I have to leave the office at 6 p.m. Because the client needs you. You have to work there. And if you don't work, then the best option is that you will join some law firm where you can practice 10 to 6 and you can come home, but chances of growing may be a bit bleak. I have met so many students. I treat you all as my family and my friend, and sometimes I refer that if you feel that you are being deprived just because of being from the first generation, at least I am there, many other seniors are there who are willing to help you. Now you have to decide that in which branch of law you want to practice. The time has gone when you all had to read everything. And then that also into the pieces. Like you are, after completion of law, or when today if you start working in criminal law. So break it. The first thing is the writing of FIR. Then thereafter filing the bail applications. Because the first thing itself is complete, that will suffice your purpose of daily means. The moment you start writing FIRs, you will be able to feed yourself. Then drafting bail applications, arguing them. If you become just a bail lawyer, at least you are making 3 lakhs, 4 lakhs, whatever, depending on the courts and clients and experience. Then again, framing of charges, then final argument, cross-examination. Gradually you can learn everything. But reading habit must be there. Like I request all the first year students to read at least one judgment, leading cases. Of Supreme Court, there is hardly 80. If you divide that into your 5 years, you will find that first 12 months you can read at least 2 judgments every month. Second year you can have again 2 and then 3. You will cover everything. It's not that difficult. 8 hours sleep, 2 hours sports, it's only 10 hours. 2 hours your daily needs, 12 hours. 6 hours classes where fun is also there because you are talking to the faculty, meeting here and there, friends are also there, and thereafter whatever you want you do. But self-study of 2 hours is must, other than this. And that time you cannot miss. If you are missing that, then you are missing something more. I will tell you 2-3 incidents. When we were young lawyers, we came to Delhi as a first generation lawyer because we had studied from village school. In my school, there was no building. We used to study under a tree. And the faculties were also not there. Only one teacher, headmaster was there. And he also used to come only 3 days in a week. Because he was from the nearby village, so sometimes he comes and he was a respected person. Being teacher, they have a lot of respect in those areas. And we started English in class 6. I think, sir, you also started in class 6. That doesn't matter. But we learned so many things. Sometimes it's rainy day, we used to go ready for the school and we used to see up in the sky. And it's about to rain, then school cancelled. Some 2-3 days teachers are not coming, 2-3 days we are not coming. So July and August, these 2-3 months almost spoiled. But if you ask me today that what was the best time of your life, I will still read that the time spent in my village school was the best time. Today you all are sitting together, you don't know who is going to become what. And when you become something, that point of time you may realize that those days when everybody was equal, you did not give any importance to anyone. That was the best time. And I also think one thing, that if I can achieve something in life, there is no question that any one of you cannot achieve more than me. So you all can achieve much more in life. In this profession, money is not a problem. You all must be knowing this. But again, the first 5 years is very hard work. First 5 years only. And if you are serious in first 5 years, and if you have done the hard work, then you will find support of 2-3 juniors. They will also be working for you. Then after 10 years, half work and half money. And after 15-20 years, your appearance will make a difference. Only money, but the study part has to be there. But juniors will give you. But you have to get ready. The foundation has to be there. And one more lesson you all should have. Like if a client is coming to you and he says, sir, आपको बहुत सारा केस दूंगा. बहुत आते हैं हम लोग के पास बोलते हैं, सर आपको बहुत केस दूंगा. तो हम लोग ये मान लेते हैं कि ये इस केस में तो फीस नहीं देगा. और अगर क्लाइंट ने ये बोल दिया कि सर मैं पेरेंट्स से आपके मिलना चाहता हूँ, आप बहुत अच्छे आदमी हैं, और पेरेंट्स को मिलके कोई गिफ्ट वगैरह दिया, तो वो भी पक्का है कि आपको फीस नहीं देगा. आप केस से की दे दी उसने. बहुत सी लेसन्स है जो आप काम करते करते सीखोगे, देखते देखते सीखोगे, एक दूसरे की चालाकियों से सीखोगे, एक दूसरे की शैतानियों से, बदमाशियों से सीखोगे, एक दूसरे के कंधे पे चढ़ के सीखोगे, और दूसरा जो आपके कंधे पे चढ़ा है उससे भी सीखोगे. और ऐसे ही जीवन में हम सीखते हैं. सीखने की भी जो महत्ता है वो बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है, वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. If you miss out the learning process, you may lose so many other things. But one thing you should always keep in mind, that the fun element in college life, that has to be there. Like Farad is sitting here, she is joined me as intern. Now she is one of the paid interns because we, after observing 3 months, we start paying them. When she came to me, she said, sir, you will not take me in your office. Generally, I meet students on every Saturday and Sunday. That is a devoted time for me to meet the young minds. I said, why? He said, only you will take NLUs because we don't get opportunities. I said, from today itself, you are engaged after talking to her 30 minutes. But your job will be to see what else you can do. He said, like I said, go see the judgments, make a note, and what you learn, that you must tell to your juniors. If the 5th year students start helping 4th year start helping 3rd year helps 2nd year, and everybody together helping 1st year. Only for 10 minutes, 20 minutes, that lesson will be great. Because age of the teaching and education by the same age, at same level, that is also very important. If you start asking somebody who has a kind of persona, who knows everything, he may not be able to guide you everything. For that, a person like Gaur Singh sir is required, who has seen ground and also seen the sky. Then only you will know. Like many of our, one day I am talking, what you talk, how you behave, how you deal with the situation. There's this Chandrachud Saab, one day we were referring the name of an advocate. I can refer, but I am not referring the incident I am referring. So he said that one day, around a friend of his wife's, he had visited Bombay, and he said, okay, let us go and have dinner outside. So after having dinner, though normally he doesn't eat pan and all, but he said, okay, let me try the sweet pan also. When he was having the pan, the friend of the wife was standing on the street. He was having pan, he brought one for him, and his wife was sitting in the car, the government car. So young lawyer came, and he said, oh my God, a high court judge, late night, with 2 women, and he directly came to Chandrachud and said, Lordship, Chandrachud, you are doing this. He said, oh, wait for a minute. He called his wife. He said, brother, she is my legally married wife, and she is the friend. But thereafter, he did not entertain that thought. If a lawyer had behaved properly, and he would have said, sir, I can bring a better pan to you from the other shop, he would have remembered it. So you all should know that how to behave, how to deal, how to respect teachers, because we all have to respect teachers. The moment you start respecting them, they will also respect you. They may not show that, But because of the respect given by you, they will also respect you in the same way. So the respect is must. You take the blessings of all the teachers. And the old shloka, that Kakchesta Bhapo Dhyanam, Swan Nidra Tathairucha, Alpahari, Griryagi, Vidyarthi Panch Lakshanam, that has gone. Now you sleep well, eat well, have fun in life, sports activities, and also go to the library as a habit. Go and see some books, you will find something new. If you don't want to read law, if you don't want to read a particular book which has been assigned to you, read anything. Whatever you like. Because in this profession, anything you read will not go into vain, you will enjoy that. So, I could say so many things which I had prepared that I can tell you all, but ultimately, what I feel that you all are going to represent this college in the next of your life. You all are going to represent the society. You all are 100% going to be officers of the court. You all are going to be a responsible citizen. And ultimately the people will start looking at you as somebody who has better experience than them. An industrialist who is in the industry for 50 years may come to you and ask you that I am in this problem. 5 years back also I had this problem. And initially also I had this problem. Please tell me the way out. So you are not just a student, you all may need to guide them, you all may need to advise them. And ultimately, if your smile is going to remain on your face, you will be respected and people will like to meet you all. You have to be pleasant. And the same way, you should also respect the others who are coming to meet you. Sir, I am really grateful to give me this opportunity. These young 2 our students who are going to represent the Indian judiciary, they will remain students only. Obviously, because this profession is the field of students, I wish all the best to both of you. And very soon, you also should follow the footmarks of sir and you should come to the Supreme Court as Registrar General, maybe as Secretary General, maybe a Judge of the High Court. But your contribution, your foundation, which has been shaped by the teachers and the faculty of this institute, will be remembered, and you will also be thankful. Sometimes unpopular teachers become popular after you finish your study, because then you realize the importance of the teacher who was so strict. But if you have a genuine problem, you must come and say when the teacher is alone. You request anything, but it should be genuine. Not for the ma'am, I have to go to movies, very good movie ma'am. Nobody will allow you. But if there is a genuine issue, you must come and request. Everybody will follow. They all are like us, from the same fraternity, same community. You are in a very good company, in a very good environment. I am really grateful, sir, that you invited me. Thank you so much, Lakshmi ma'am. Thank you so much, Namaste.